What is up, everybody? How you guys doing? We are gonna get started real soon. Just double checking everything. Let me know if everything is looking good on your end. Let me know before everyone starts piling into the firehouse. Whew. All right, guys. I'm wearing my ugly sweater right now. We're gonna go ahead and start the timer now that we got everybody starting to pile in. Make sure you hit that like button to sign in, but we're gonna get going real soon.
So now that we know how to get on the bike,
How you doing, Prodigal? Thank you. Appreciate it.
and turn it off.
Appreciate it.
what we're gonna do
YouTube's
is
is
get on the
funny.
bike,
They're like
turn it on, and then we're
being
gonna
little
find the
dum
friction
dums right
zone,
now.
and we're gonna play a little bit with that front brake. We're not gonna use throttle. We already did that, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do the mounting process. Squeeze that front brake. Going to lift that leg over, stand up. So I got my feet planted. Turn the handlebars with the front brake still squeezed. Get this side stand up, and now I am ready to start the engine. So squeezing with the front brake still, turn on the engine ignition with the key. I have my kill switch, my engine shutoff switch, whatever you want to call it, on.
Hi,
I'm
everybody.
gonna go ahead while squeezing
How you guys doing?
the front brake and the clutch lever, press the engine start. Okay, now I'm gonna release the front brake and slowly release that clutch lever. And here we go, okay? So without putting it in
Merry
gear,
Christmas.
without doing any of
How you
that
doing,
stuff,
Prodigal?
let's turn left. Let's turn right.
I know.
Let's turn left.
I know.
And if you notice, you don't hear
We got a
this.
class going on today. It's gonna be a
That's
short
because
one.
my
We're gonna have
wrist
some
is
fun. We're gonna go
flat,
ahead and
okay?
go
So
over
if I'm
some
turning left,
motorcycle
turn
crashes.
right,
We're gonna go power
and you
through
start
them
hearing that, it's because
pretty
your
dang
right
quickly.
wrist is not staying flat. So your goal now, after practicing with the engine off, is to practice with it on to get
Happy you
that
finally
auditory
make one of these
feedback.
live. Hey, man, how you doing,
So there you
Monty?
go.
Sorry
Just
for
practice
the
this
last
and
night's
look
short
left,
answer on the
turn
dude
left,
with the
look
scooter.
right,
No
turn
problem.
right.
No
And
problem.
after you do that a couple times, let's do the reverse.
I got my ugly
procedure
sweater.
of engine shut off switch. Go ahead and squeeze that front brake. Go ahead and put that side stand down. Go ahead and lean it on the side stand. Turn the handlebars to the left. Leg over. Release.
As soon as the timer's down, we're gonna go to the crew lounge real quick, and then we're gonna go into the classroom real quick, and then we're gonna do all this stuff real quick so you guys can get back to your families. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you want to call it.
Find the friction zone. This is a very, very,
The
very
Shades, how you
important skill
doing?
to know, and it's gonna
Brian,
be
how you doing?
almost all the skills you do on this motorcycle.
Who here's wearing an ugly sweater today?
Where it's at, how to use it, and get
Or a
ready
Christmas
for
sweater, doesn't have to be
motorcycle
ugly.
skills in the future. So it's the same process, obviously getting on. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze that front brake, right leg over, going to go ahead and get both feet on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and straighten the handlebars, side stand up. Let's go ahead and turn the bike on. So now I got the engine ignition on, I got the engine shutoff switch on, so it's going to actually turn on. So now I am going to squeeze in the clutch lever, squeeze a little bit of that brake.
Ooh, Vulcan 900 or Sportster 1200.
Okay? So now that we have the engine start, I'm going to go ahead and
Gonna be a
release
lot
this
cheaper
clutch
with the
lever. Notice
Vulcan.
how it's not going to move.
A
So
lot
part of the
cheaper.
friction zone,
You might actually like it
what's
more.
going to happen here is that we need
I
to
did love my
get ourselves
Sportster, though.
going. That's the point of it. So what we have to actually do is put ourselves in gear. Remember when we did the familiarization? All it is one down, one fully up to go to second, but one down to go to first. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in this clutch lever.
11 p.m. Ooh, Matt, I might be able to
press down. Okay.
hang out
Doesn't
with
go
you
in all the way,
right
you have to rock
when
it back and
Christmas
forth, maybe.
happens. For you.
So if I let go right now, it's going to stall and it's going to scare you. Okay, so watch what happens. That's all that's going to happen. That happens at stoplights. It happens when you're about to take off for a U-turn or a tight turn from a stop. And all you have to
Lori,
do,
how you doing?
in that clutch
How
lever,
you doing, Lori?
engine
I'm right
start
here.
switch. That's
I'm right
it.
here.
But if you
We're
let
gonna get
go of it
started real
again,
soon.
it's going to keep doing
You in
that. So
fact,
squeeze,
you know, in fact, let's go
start.
ahead. Let's go ahead and get going real quick. We don't need to wait until it says go. Everybody, welcome to the firehouse. Welcome to the lobby. We're going to be talking about motorcycle crashes and close calls. We do have motorcycle training on the Motorcycle Training Concepts channel. So if you really just want to focus on riding around and not looking at crashes, then that's the place to go. If you guys checked out today's video, thank you. I appreciate it. If not, you should check it out. I posted it earlier this morning. Ooh, we've remodeled Garon. How you doing, man, Johnson? I don't know how to... Garon. Let me know how you say it. Yeah, we remodeled a little bit just in the front lobby. But let's go to the lounge real quick. For those of you that are crew members, if you want to be a crew member, click that join button. But let's go to the crew lounge real quick. All right, crew members. We don't have any food right now because we're just doing it real quick. We're just having a great session today. I'm wearing my ugly sweater right now. It's not really ugly. I actually really like it. We'll see more of it when we get in the classroom. But go ahead and play around. After class, we're just going to have a good time here at the firehouse. Make sure you guys don't do anything dumb. Don't drink all the eggnog, even though it's all non-alcoholic here. But we're going to go into the classroom real quick. We're going to go over one video from 99 Lives. Once again, great stuff. No homework today, so don't worry about that. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your day. But we're going to power through this. We're going to kind of lightning round a lot of it. We're not going to spend a whole bunch of time. And then we're going to spend a little bit of time in the office, once again, with the Q&A towards the end, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know towards the end of the class, because that way I can answer them a little bit easier. But let's get to class. Let's go ahead and just get this going, right? Let's get this going. It's a Christmas miracle. How you guys doing today? How you guys doing? We're going to get started on this real quick. John, welcome. Dale Masters, welcome. They joined the motorcycle gear giveaway, which we are giving away. $800 worth of Revzilla gift cards. First place person from last month, they bought a bunch of Cardo Pack Talks, so that's really cool. And then somebody else was getting a helmet. The second place was getting a helmet. So if you'd like to enter to win, please do so. We do have that right there. We are also doing quite a bit of things today, so I gotta kind of rush out of here after we get through this. But so that's why we're gonna go ahead and start. So if you guys want to see, my shirt. Cheer or fear, better schnickel is here. Who here loves The Office? Who here loves The Office? Do. Love it. Is this a Corvair? I don't know. I don't know my cars very much. Had a good parking lot session yesterday. Best I've done. We'll try to record something soon. Reteps. Woo! Awesome. Hey man, progress is progress is progress, especially towards the how the turntables have. Cheer or fear. And better schnickel. All right, guys, we're just gonna go ahead and get it going. How about that? You guys want to just get it going? Not too worried about how many people are in class right now. You can sign in while you come in. If you start to see it climb, I want to see once it hits like 100 people in class. I just want to see the chat say sign in, sign in, sign in, sign in, okay? That way I can just get it going, because I know class is going to be a little crazy. We're kind of getting a little packed. But make sure you hit that like button to sign into today's class, all right? You guys ready? You guys ready? I got my pen. Okay, good. There we go. You guys ready? Here we go. Oh! Yeah, 99 Lives. This is when he started really getting good with his intro. You idiot. That dude was on a mountain bike on the interstate. Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, 99 Lives, by the way. All right, so we're parked. Good situation. Oh, this is where we got hit. This is actually the thumbnail of the live stream. So this is a 125cc. I had to look up these bikes because I was like, what kind of bikes are these? They're like 125cc supermoto dirt bike. I believe it's Russian. Somebody help me out with the language, but I looked it up and they're only like 125cc bikes. Those look like they're a lot of fun, honestly. It's like Raiju motorcycles versus a Mini Cooper. They're German. Okay. Yeah, so Raiju right there. I had to look it up. I was like, where's the Honda on this? Where's all that stuff? No, but it's like Raiju. It looks like a lot of fun. So we're just gonna power through these guys. We're just gonna kind of have some fun with this and see what's going on. Here, I want to point out one thing though that I really like about the guy in the front. This is a really good lane positioning when you're stopped. You see how he's in a lane filtering position. You see the line of sight that he has. And hopefully, if any dum-dums come up this way, they're going to run into the back of this vehicle versus hitting us. Now, they might clip our arm, might clip our leg, but hopefully we have full gear to prevent a lot of that stuff. So we're going to be moving forward just a little bit more. And this is where I park, but you hear the squealing? Oh, hit this guy right here. Make sure you wear full gear, but thankfully it wasn't that bad because the Mini Cooper was slowing down and then hit our little 125cc bikes. Actually Swiss. Oh, they're Swiss bikes. Okay, Northern European language.
Guys, go.
So he flopped like a soccer player. It can be pretty scary, you know, get yourself out of the situation and double check your body, double check your legs. But this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when a low vehicle hits our motorcycles. Now, if it's a big truck, it's going to hit the top part and obviously hit us and then possibly give us back injuries. Thankfully, it was very low speed. That's why it's like this. If it was any higher speed, the person would be on the ground already. The bike would be demolished or even stuck like this, but completely ripped apart. You've seen people flip and flop on the hood and then fall forward after being hit. So this right here is a reason why a lot of people want to do lane filtering, and I agree with that. I truly do. Now, I only want to do lane filtering to prevent that, not to get from the back to the front. This is what I want to prevent. I don't care about getting there quicker. I care about not getting hit right here. Yeah, Scarlett, exactly. Hey, Silver, how you doing? All right, we're going to move on to the next one. I'm assuming it's Swiss because you can see the name on the bottom right. It says Swiss Fabu, right? Swiss Fabu? I don't know. I haven't been recording any of this stuff. But anyways, moving on. All right. Let's go ahead. Just for all of this, since I wasn't recording it, I do just once again want to point out that this is a great line of sight, great positioning for when you're stopped at a light. Now, if you're watching this on the rebroadcast, sorry about that, but if you're watching this right now, we talked about it during the live stream. So let's move on. Forgot to hit record. Daisy, how you doing? All right, so intersections, orange stage. Oh, T-boned by a big old Ram truck. Dodge Ram. Thankfully, he didn't hit any of those pedestrians. That's a huge fear. Like, they're just kind of like watching. They're like, okay, whatever. Look at the damage to that vehicle. Destroyed the front end of that Dodge, pretty much. Yeah, the background music. He's getting better and better. We're going through his backlog. Hey, look, it's a van towing a...
I have it on video.
Anybody have any experience with vans towing anything? Because I'm thinking about getting a van. That looks like a Toyota Pacifica or something like that. No, Chrysler Pacifica. Anyways, moving on. So my big concern with this one is anybody injured in these vehicles. So if I witnessed it, I would obviously stop and say, hey, you guys okay? But I don't know what the deal with this person was. I mean, there's a bunch of pedestrians in the walkway. I think he just rushed through it. He just wanted to get from point A to point B. So I think ego is definitely a factor in this. Ooh. Thankfully, we weren't there. But line of sight could have been an issue. Maybe the truck driver couldn't see around this. So either way, okay, we're picking apart some of these situations because we need to know what stage we're going to be in. You know, which stage should we be in when it comes to intersections? We should be in orange stage. Orange stage is going to hopefully get us in a position to where we're kind of paranoid, to where we can see that this intersection is coming up so that we can start applying some brakes, or we can find our escape paths and swerve if we had to. What's up, James? How you doing? We're going to power through a lot of these because it's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. We're supposed to be having a good time with our families. But at the same time, I want to get some of this classroom sessions out to you.
I have it on video.
Have it on video.
I have it on video if you want that, yeah.
Some people just need to get these close calls to really understand, you know, I need to pay attention. Whew. Is it too distracting to get a quad lock phone mount for your bike? Only if you let it. I mean, mirrors can be distracting if you just stare at the mirrors. All right, so when you see this, okay, they're in this lane right here. Now we're over here. We have great positioning. We have great space cushion between these vehicles. from up here, and then also side to side. We have an escape path right here. We have great line of sight. So he's in a great position right now for everything. Now, I have a feeling that things are just reversed. Are we in Bizarro world or something? What is going on here? We're on the left side of the road. I think things are just reversed. What is this? What is this, man? That's the NNI backwards. We got TSA over there. Try to wrap your brain around this one, guys. Try to wrap your brain around it. So either way, we're in. What the hell is going on here? What is going on here, class? Who put this video on? Who put this video on? This is absolutely ridiculous. This must be Australia. We're upside down. So this person right now, as soon as you see this, they're crossing that line. Okay, so I'm trying to wrap my brain. I can't tell you, exactly, what lane we're supposed to be in on this one because it's all backwards. But either way, if you're looking at this, what's going to be the uncommon thing in a common situation outside of all the signage and everything screwed up is that we're crossing the line. Okay, so the uncommon thing is why are we doing that and applying the brakes? It's going to be some really weird, illegal U-turn stuff. Either way, we don't know until we actually get close to it. So what we should be doing is going to orange stage, kind of being prepped and ready for anything that can happen because we don't know what can happen. We don't know what this person's deciding to do. So we're just got to be prepped and ready. So right here, without Batman and Darth Vader right here, this is not a good situation. Okay, it's a very sharp turn. And they had the brakes prior. Uncommon thing, common situation. So how good is your braking ability right now? Because we really do need to slow down and stop because this person, if they do that U-turn, they're going to block every escape path we have outside of us swerving left. So this right here is that space cushion that we need to be able to stop with Mirror World. All right, so we're moving forward right here. Oh, big vehicle, line of sight problems. We don't know what their intentions are right here. Either escape to go straight or decelerate. Oh, shoot, that could have been bad. That could have been bad. Actually, somebody sent me a video real quick. I just want to talk about this real quick. Somebody sent me a video, and it's the fatality of a motorcyclist going into the wheel well. And I'm not showing it, obviously, today. I will go ahead and show it a little bit later. Heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Whatever, YouTube. Don't worry about that, guys. The main thing here is I don't want you guys to play around with big vehicles like this. That fatal accident, it was no fault of the motorcyclist. It just shows how easy it is for a vehicle like this to really destroy you. Doesn't matter what kind of gear you're in. So be very careful when it comes to that. Let's go ahead and move forward. All right, let's go back. So right here, this is what I want to point out. So we're moving forward. This is going to be that turning that we're going to have to do. We have the chevrons. It's going to indicate it's a turn. We also have this big vehicle blocking a lot of line of sight. So one thing we got to really watch out for is that this tunnel is going to reduce a lot of our vision and then a lot of our escape paths. You can already see what we have here. We don't have a big shoulder to the right. This vehicle is going to take up a lot of room to the left. No vehicles are supposed to go across this solid white line, I'm assuming. But the thing is, I don't trust what other people are doing. I trust what I can do. I don't know what training this person has. I know what training I have. I know what I can do in terms of positioning versus what he's going to do and allow me to have. So I'm going to kind of stay back here. Unless he's going really super, super slow, then I'm going to make adjustments. But I'm not going to pass on turns. I hate passing on turns if I can't see. If I can see, I will pass on turns. But right here, I can't see. So you notice how it's a line of sight problem. You can't see around this vehicle because he's blocking the vision. Now, this could be a mountainside. This could be a building. So be very careful with that. Now, positioning for safety, I'd be more over here on the right. So we talk about outside, inside, outside when it comes to going fast around curves and stuff like that. Well, the outside portion is going to give you the best line of sight. I don't like to go all the way to the inside and then go back to the outside. I like to do more of a middle, or outside, middle, outside. That's going to allow me the best vision going into the turn. It's going to give me the best space cushions away from traffic and the shoulder on the side that I'm turning from if I stay in the middle. And then outside, again, is going to give me good vision, or I'll just pick whatever positioning I want after that. But definitely outside, middle out, and then wherever I want to go on the way out. But right here is you notice that he's going to be doing this. Okay, he's going over that white line. So right here, what do? We can do multiple things. We can decelerate, which is going to be just braking or downshifting for engine braking, or we can accelerate, hopefully, and get through there. But what's on the other side? I'm going to play with what I know. I know what's behind me. I know what's right here. I'm going to decelerate. I'm not going to accelerate through because I don't know what's on the other side. Now, we notice that there's somebody behind us. Now, I'm doing this because if you had a Cardo Pack Talk Bold, Slim, Free Com, whatever, thank you, Cardo, for sponsoring this channel. You can talk to him, be like, hey, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, because this is what's going to happen if you don't. Now, you hear the honking. That's not going to help you out. Like I said, you can accelerate through. Let's get that over there. You can accelerate through if you felt like it, but thankfully this person heard you. I would have decelerated and braked because this person's going to go anyways. Look, 1, 2, and then you got all these other wheels which have lug nuts, the lug nut rule. So this guy right here got very lucky. You guys need to watch where you're going. I don't pass on corners for this specific reason. If he fell in the wheel well, the truck wouldn't even be bouncing. It would just literally just squish you and you pop. It's like popping a zit. You're going to fly off. All your guts are going to fly against the wall right here. Serious. Got very lucky. Very lucky. So on the corners, the what thing we can take away from this, let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick. I want to point out the one thing right here. As soon as you see this, it should put you in orange stage. It's a corner plus a big old landmine right here. Very, very, very careful. Don't pass yet. Wait until you get into the tunnel. Wait until you see that where you're going, and then go ahead and pass. Just wait a little bit. There's no rush. Absolutely no rush. All right, so we're moving here. Merge issue. There it is. Watch out for people merging with you. We're catty corner to the blind spot. Woo. Good job. Thankfully that person slowed down because of the horn. Now, let's go ahead and just do it real quick. We've talked about this ad nauseum. So we're catty corner to the vehicle right there. We're in the blind spot. So right now, this person, even if they check the mirrors, they're not going to see us. Now, some people are like, well, there's no such thing as blind spots, just, mirrors that aren't adjusted. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, do people check their mirrors every single day? Probably not. They're not checking their mirrors when they're riding or driving. They're kind of just looking forward. Even with a blind spot, they're not going to check it. They're just going to look at the mirrors, and that's it. You have to give it a third step of actually looking at blind spots, and a lot of drivers don't do that. Motorcycle riders typically do more of that because they're lifesavers. They do these head checks, but I don't trust that car drivers are going to do it. So there's going to be that arrow, hey, this is what's happening. Now take a look at the whole situation. The part of what we do with situation awareness is trying to figure out, what is going on. So we have this right here, this vehicle slowing down, this vehicle slowing down, our lane is moving. We have an open lane to get into here. If you're this driver, just take a look at what we're doing here. If you're that driver, what would you want to do? Do you want to stay behind a slow vehicle? Do you want to stay behind a slow vehicle? Or do you want to go into a lane that's moving? Tell me what you feel like you want to do. Write it in the comments, because here's the thing. If you feel like you wanted to do that, whether it's safe or not, and you chose not to do it because it's unsafe, you wanted to do it in the first place. And how many dumb drivers are out there that won't think of safety first? They think of, I'm going to do it because I want to do it. With that driver psychology, and you know that they're going to possibly want to do it, assume that they will, and get yourself in a position for safety. Don't stay in the blind spot. Recognize that they're going to come out. Now, what are you going to do? Do some type of red stage maneuver if they get into your path. But this right here should put you into orange stage. So a red stage maneuver would be to brake or swerve into an escape path. So as soon as you see that hard turn left, apply the brakes. You really think that this person is going to slow down enough to make it here? No, they're going to make it into here and be like, oh, I don't like this spot, and go into your path of travel. So right now, you could either accelerate fast if you had a fast bike, but once again, you got to watch out for any of these new hazards up ahead, or you can roll off the throttle and apply some brake pressure to get yourself out of it. So right here, without the horn, let's say he kept going, look at where like our front tire is at the rear tire. So we're still going to get hit. We're not staggered like we would be on motorcycle group rides. We're kind of next to each other and we can hit each other. So right here, what you can do is once again, still apply the brakes and hopefully get yourself out of that situation. Yeah, at least he apologized. How you doing, Vasu? All right, we're going to power through these. Side of the vehicle, you guys know this one already. Side of the vehicle, slow it down. Now, I'm concerned about behind me. Get yourself out of that situation. All right, so lots of traffic, lots of traffic. Get yourself in a better position. It doesn't matter. I don't care about green arrows. I don't care about that. I care about where I'm at. Okay, get yourself out of there. Non-issue for you. It's not your problem. It's that person's problem. All right, we're going to move through here. Oh, it's going pretty fast. Side of the vehicle. Great swerve. Now get yourself out of out of the dangerous spot. So you see how he did a red stage maneuver? Got himself out of there. Look forward. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because now you just put yourself. Look, it's like getting in front of somebody at the shooting range. They accidentally pointed their gun at you, and you got away from it. You're like, oh man, so happy I didn't get shot. Now let me get in front of your gun and be like, hey, you shouldn't have done that. Hey, yeah, I know your gun's pointed at my face, but hey, man, don't do that. All right, you could have killed me. I got really scared. You could have killed me. We're standing in front of a freaking loaded weapon right here. Don't stand there. Let's go back just a little bit and let's talk about what was really good on this though. Okay, so don't do what he did afterwards. Do what he did in this situation when it came to an emergency maneuver. He had good situational awareness on that one. Now, James, I don't think it was ego. I think it was just pure fear. And it's like, I need to let you know. Now, for me, when I get into that fear moment, I already assume that those people knew that what they did was wrong. I'm hoping they did. It's not my job to let them know exactly how I felt. My job is to maintain my safety no matter what. I'll get home and I'll think about it later. But I would be in that situation like, oh my gosh, check my pantalones. I probably got a little poo-poo in them. But that's it. That's as far as I'm going to go. So right here, what I want to talk about right there is that he's going to be in orange stage because he sees the side of the vehicle, and then he's going to go into red stage. So orange stage, side of the vehicle. Guys, we talk about it all the time. Make sure you recognize that pattern. So here's that swerve, that emergency swerve. Look at that. Guys, practice your emergency swerving. It's a lot of fun too. I do have a video on the Motorcycle Training Concepts channel where I actually practice it while I'm riding down, just neighborhoods or the regular streets, to and from commuting. I'll find a discoloration in the road or a pothole. I'll ride towards it, and then I'll swerve around and get back into that spot, lane position 2 or 1 or 3 or whatever it is, making sure I'm in an area that is safe to do so. But right here, practice your swerve. Now, as soon as you get into this lane, now, is this lane completely open? Now, the reason why I say get back in the other lane is that you'll see when he turns around, there's like all this trash and stuff. So right here, if it's safe to do so, stay in that lane. If not, swerve back in your lane. Now, in a situation where you have to swerve back in your lane, this could be an oncoming lane, or it could be a shoulder, so you have to swerve back. See, that's what I noticed, all that trash. I didn't know that. I thought it was a car, but maybe that car was there. So I was like, get back in your lane, man. Woo. Pull over, breathe, and be glad you're alive. Exactly, Sean. Exactly. Now, when I see that, it's like, man, if I crashed, what would have happened? You know what I mean? What would have happened to my body? This looks like a 3/4 helmet. You can see where they attach the shield with the button. I used to have one of those, the Bell Custom 500. I'd get a full face helmet after this one. There's no reason to do this. This kind of person should not drive. I can't get... Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're not here to judge. Oh! What was that all about? Damn. Don't get behind them. They're going to back up.
What is he doing?
He laughs at that kind of stuff, but he gets pissed at the other guy. All right. Moving here, moving here. Watch out for these vehicles on the left. Oh, no. Who's it? Uncommon thing, common situation, buddy.
You idiot! Get off the road!
Okay.
Road rage with cyclists. Ride by Ben.
So that's a danger. I don't know. I think they might have been racing. It's a beautiful bike, by the way. That guy had. Whoa. I think they were racing. This is really idiotic. Don't play with that. I've seen so many people, like, I've seen people flip right there because they would grab traction instead of drift and roll. Little quick story. In Yuma, I think this is as much as I'm going to say about that. The story goes, and I got called after. It was a young kid, and I say kid, so teenager, traveling high rate of speed down the road, and cops were already on scene of an accident at some intersection. They were hauling ass through. It was one person hauling ass through the intersection, and the cops actually said, "Oh, he's gonna crash." You know, you kind of been there. The cops were like, "Oh, he's gonna crash," and he just kept going, obviously, and they called it in because they're already working a scene. I think maybe one of the cops took off too, and then we got a call about 30 seconds later. Did exactly this. Started slipping and sliding, drifting a little bit in on a straightaway. And when he got to sideways, he grabbed traction on the side of the tires and just flipped. There was blood all the way down this door, the driver's side door. And what happened was when he was half ejected, so half his body was outside his driver window, and it just so happened to land on that driver's side door when it rolled and just completely flattened his upper half. So when I say don't do stupid shit like this, I actually have a legit reason not to do stupid shit like this. I don't have to live through those mistakes. I've seen them.
What the f was that?
To laugh about it kind of irks me a little bit, but at the end of the day, I know I'm not going to do that.
What is he doing?
This right here, very dangerous for all motorists. This bicyclist is extremely irresponsible when it comes to what he's doing. He looks like a delivery driver. Very irresponsible. Everyone here has to swerve out of the way to keep him safe. Think about that when you're a motorcyclist going in and out of traffic too.
You idiot! Get off
Extremely dangerous. Not just for you, but for everyone else. Merry Christmas. All right, corner, watch out. Watch out. Low side possibility. Okay, uncommon thing. They need to have a good working headlight. I didn't see him till last second.
Hey, stop! Why?
I love your editing, dude. We're having fun with this one. It's Christmas Eve, everybody. Watch out. Our lane is open. Theirs isn't. Merging issue. I would be, if I was a car driver, I would have wanted to switch lanes into his lane too. I mean, just take a look at it. This is the pattern I want you guys to recognize. This is where you should be in orange stage and not speeding. Okay, so you should be at the speed limit, but don't haul ass around here, because this is the pattern that I want you guys to focus on, because this will prevent you having this issue right here. You'll almost have a sixth sense of, oh, I knew that person, or I knew somebody was going to do this. Write in the comments if you've ever seen this, and after watching this channel for a while, you're like, oh, I knew that person was going to do it, and I was prepped and ready. So right here, we have a long stack of vehicles. Our lane is open. If you were stuck in this line, wouldn't you want to go into our lane? Probably. Would you do it? Maybe not, because you're a safe driver and you saw a motorcyclist. How many of these people will see a motorcyclist? Probably not. Unintentional blindness. So they're just going to merge into our lane. And that is going to be a problem for us. This is why you need to be in orange stage right here, guys. Orange stage, boom, specifically identified an interest. You perceive the threat and you're ready to act. Right there. Side of the vehicle, it doesn't look like the other ones, right? This one looks like this one. Does not look like this one. Woo-wee. Edward, welcome to the crew, baby. Moving on to the next one. All right. Terrible line of sight, but we have good space cushion. So this is, you know, if this is what you got, this is what you got. Oh. How come we didn't see him? How come we didn't look in our mirrors? I'm going to tell you right now, before we even finish that, because I don't want him to argue. When you see this right here, let's take a look at this right here. You know, Edwin. How you doing, man? Or Edward, I'm sorry. Did I call you Edwin? Edward, how you doing? I combined your last name with your first name. When you see this and this lane is merging to this lane. So when I'm in this spot right here, I'm checking my mirrors. I'm checking my left side because I know people like to zipper merge and people, whoa, look at all these people subscribing. Damn, Streamlabs, thank you. Look at all those people subscribing. Amazing. This right here is merging. Ours isn't. I check here because people like to zipper merge and get in last second. So I'm going to double check until my lane is completely clear. And that's where you have that 360 situation awareness. KB, SK, SI, welcome to the crew. Yep, there it is. Always check your mirrors, guys. This kind of, whoa. What was that, 99 Lives? This kind of stuff happens in your car too, so these principles would work really well. So what's this all about, 99 Lives? You just skip over them? Next. Side of the vehicle right there. Okay, merge issue. Oh, good braking. Hey, I'd rather have a close call than a crash. All right, we're going in and out of traffic. You guys need to look ahead. You need to look far ahead. Who here likes to play any type of game? Basically, who here plays, I don't know, I would say Gran Turismo and Forza and all that stuff, but I mean, it's really any car game, okay? Any car game. What kind of view do you like to have? Do you like to have in the cockpit view, or do you like to have that third person aerial view to where you can kind of see everything? You know, for me, and I bring this up because I've been playing more Cyberpunk lately. You know, it's Christmas Eve, it's vacation, right? And I tried to do, like with any game, I try to do that first person view, and I just feel claustrophobic. I feel like I can't see anything, you know, because it doesn't work like typical. You can't check your mirrors and stuff. So I like to have that third person view. And the reason why, and I was thinking about it, right? I was thinking about it. I want that third person view so I can see way ahead. I don't want my line of sight to be diminished by, you know, seeing the back of a vehicle. I also want to be able to see around me, right? So when I see something like this, we're looking at first person view. I like to have it back here. Now, how can I replicate that when I'm riding? It's impossible because you're obviously stuck on the bike. But then this is where orientation plays. Okay, so you're observing right now. This is observation. Orientation is where you are in space and time. And then you decide and act. Part of the OODA loop. Richard, welcome. Welcome to the crew, baby. Get yourself a burrito. We think we have some leftovers in the crew lounge. So when it comes to that third person view and what it gives you in the video game, how can we replicate it out here on the motorcycle? And it really has to go into your brain. You really have to be able to orient yourself in the whole situation. And the only way you can do that is with vision and with knowing where you're at. So constantly checking your mirrors, constantly doing blind spot checks, lifesavers, constantly having good line of sight so you can see far away. That way you can kind of decide where things are at. Because when I see this right here, this is a good line of sight right now. When I see this image, I see that vehicle way ahead from the van. I see this vehicle right here. Now, if I had that mirrors and I had my head checks, I could see if there's a car in my left blind spot or if there's a car about 3 seconds behind me. So I can kind of paint a mental image to where there's a car way up ahead, there's a van right behind it, there's this vehicle right here to my left, but a little bit in front of me, kind of staggered. And then I have a vehicle in my blind spot to my left, and then I have a vehicle about 3 to 6 seconds behind me. So I'm kind of like playing this Frogger where I'm almost, you know, aerial view, and I can almost zigzag and do a lot of these things. So when I see this, it tells me if I was that van behind that car, I would want to swerve and move into a different lane. So I'm not going to get around that vehicle until I see that they made their decision. So when I see this right here, I know that this vehicle is right here slowing down. The reason why this person's applying the brakes, they want to switch this lane because I would not want to be behind that vehicle. So as a motorcyclist, I'm not going to get in this lane and get side by side with this van because I already have this anticipation of him wanting to move over to the left. I hope that makes a little sense for you guys. And that's just a little input and insight of of what it is I think about when I'm riding or driving or even walking my dog. And that's one of those things that I do when I'm walking is I practice this. You can practice your situational awareness and your orientation just by walking, riding a bicycle, driving a car. You don't have to be on a motorcycle. So that right there should have been avoided based off of good situational awareness and orientation. All right. Bad positioning just because they can reverse. I know that person was going. I know that van ran the red or ran the stop sign and all that stuff. Here's what I'm just happy about. I'm happy that they ran it versus trying to stay within the lane and rear-ending me. Look at the bright side on some of these things, guys. Now, the problem I said right here is where we are positioned, because I was worried about this person backing up into me if they decided they didn't want to go for some reason. That's one of my fears. So I'd position myself off to the side or off to the side. I'd probably be on this side only because if anybody did do what this van did, hopefully they're going to go towards the open lane versus trying to hit a curb. So I'm going to be off to this side so I can see around this vehicle. But this is why you need to pay attention. I'm so glad that this person did not just run into the back of us. And the problem with being positioned here, guys, a lot of police officers, a lot of firefighters, a lot of public safety, a lot of workers, construction, whatever, anybody on the road, they've been sandwiched between vehicles like this because of vehicles not paying attention. So that's why I don't position myself like this. I wasn't taught this in motorcycle class. Okay? This isn't something that you're taught. At least I wasn't. How you position yourself behind a vehicle. I was taught this in the fire service. So if you have any life experiences that have to do with safety, like OSHA regulations, things that you learned where you live and where you are working, bring some of that relevant stuff to the motorcycle world, and you'd be surprised how safe and how many things overlap. How you doing, 82? Speed limit, you didn't get beer? Oh, dude. All right, what's going to happen here? Okay, good space cushion. All right, there you go. Good line of sight. I'm going to tell you this right now. Doing that is just going to cause issues in terms of a possibility of getting hit. EVOC training teaches you. I'm more concerned about safety versus littering. But I think this was back in the day. Hey, it's Moto Rides AZ. Anyways, back in the day, it was really part of the motovlogging stuff to really do this kind of thing where you get an agitation and an interesting thing to post online. I just don't think it's worth it. Don't do this kind of stuff, guys. Just don't do this. Now look at what we're doing. We're doing illegal riding. Oh, great. We got a construction zone, double tickets, double fines, double points. We almost hit that. We didn't see it until last second. Now everyone's doing dumb things. It's just don't do that, guys. All right. So, old lady reversing across highway. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Brake lights. Good vision. Look at, you can see. Look at the line of sight. Look at the line of sight. That's that uncommon thing in a common situation. And he slowed down.
What's this?
Good situational awareness. Now, if you were right behind these vehicles, you would not be able to see that.
Trying to back up.
I'd be concerned that there might be something going on in terms of medical. So what I would be doing for me personally is I would pull over into a safe area. I wouldn't go on the grass or on the shoulder right here. Since we have this right here, I'd pull over, do a nice U-turn. Very easy to do if you learned it from me on Motorcycle Training Concepts. Quick plug for my own stuff. I would do U-turn and then park facing out, and I would double check and I'd just see what they're gonna do. I would just kind of wait and see what they're gonna do, because my biggest concern is they're gonna get T-boned right here. That maybe she's going to diabetic coma, having a seizure or whatever, heart attack, all those different things, strokes could happen. I'd be concerned about that. You know, this right here is so uncommon that it could be a medical issue, and it could just straight up be terrible driving. I don't know. I would hope it's terrible driving, because at the end of the day, if it was a medical issue, they're having a worse day than you.
Oh, lady.
You know, there's been so many times where I just was happy that when I got a call for something terrible, I was so happy when I got there and it was nothing. I don't know. You know, kid not breathing. Happy I show up. The kid's crying. You know, motor vehicle accident with 18 patients. Show up and there's only 4. You know, just stuff like that.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Roundabouts, once again. I'm learning roundabouts, guys. I'm trying to learn it more. Non-issue. You did great braking. Good for you. Don't worry about what they're doing. You did great. U-turns are, hey, U-turns are a lot of fun. Hey, waving it off, he apologized, very good. U-turns are a lot of fun, Edgar. Practice, practice, practice. All right, side of the vehicle, very common. They probably didn't see us because of the line of sight issue. Now, it's obvious to a lot of us. It's obvious to a lot of us that they have a line of sight issue when you see this part right here. They can't see us, and we can't even see them because this vehicle is in the way. Now, a line of sight issue for them, since we understand that, should put us in orange stage because, hey, I can't see them. I kind of saw them when they got on the other side because you see the patterning and we're so far back, right? They can't see us because that vehicle is literally right there and they can't see around that vehicle. So they have to look for 20 vehicles over here. We only have to look for those 1 or 2 over here. So since we see that orange stage, be prepped and ready for something like this. You see this now. You know that they're starting to creep out. Hopefully this person, you know, you see it kind of dive in a little bit, so they apply the brakes. They're not going to go. We don't know what that person wants to do. The rev bomb's not going to put you in safety. What's going to put you in safety is getting in a better position, so maybe going on the left side, but it looks like he wanted to go this way. How about we just kind of roll off the throttle a little bit, which kind of what he's doing with the rev bombing, but you remove that engine braking and just allow the person to get in. Horn is fine once you're safe. I'm cool with that. Non-issue. Just go. Just get out of there. How you guys doing? Merry Christmas. Hey, look at that. Firefly, how you doing? How you doing? I just wanted to power through that. I got my if you're just new here, cheer or fear. Bell Schnickel is here. Nikki, she got me this. I love it. I love this thing. It's a fun sweater. I feel great. We're over here in the class having a great time. We're going to go ahead and make our way to the lounge real quick, grab ourselves a drink, and then head on over to the office. We're just going to have a nice, easy, chitty chat, and have a great time. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go to the lounge. I know this was a very short after-action review type stuff, and I gave you guys homework to watch it, and we kind of powered through it. But 170 of you are in here. Make sure you hit that like button to sign in for today's class so you can get credit. Welcome to the Firehouse, by the way. This is the lounge only for crew members. You have to be a crew member clicking that join button to get access to this and play all these video games and play some foosball right here. Grab yourself a drink over there in the little mini fridge on the left side and make your way to the office. We're going to have a quick chat. I'm going to go for a walk after that. And then, yeah. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. It is a good evening. It is a good evening. Guys, go ahead and do crisscross applesauce. Get yourself into the, you know, just get into a good, comfy position, guys. Just get yourself in a good, comfy position. All right. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. I'm not, I just wanted to get into a nice, easy classroom session in here. No homework today. Don't worry. No homework today. Woo-wee. So we're going to go ahead and do a nice chitty chat for, I'm going to go since the live is almost over. Jairus, have a great time. Guys, I don't want to take too much time from you. I just wanted to get in some refreshments because who knows, some of you guys might be getting motorcycles for Christmas if you've been good. Now, I have a nice little, we have a group chat, Santa Claus and I, and he did say that Scarlett was getting an Indian. I think it was an Indian, but he was going to take his Harley. Yeah, take the Harley from her. Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I could put a word in, Scarlett. They really think a real virtual lounge is. Merry Christmas, John. Merry Christmas, everybody. Firefly. I didn't get word from Santa about you. I don't know if you've been good or not. Boom, problem solved. There you get a lowrider. Oh man, a lowrider S looks badass. Been binging my vids. Got my first bike, Sports 83, and completed MSF. Hey, Jeremiah, how you? Hey, would you want to do the MSF BRC2 on the Sportster 83? So like the it's not. I mean, it's the same. It's the same stuff as the BRC1. It's just that it's only on range, and there's like one or two little exercises that are different. But you get to do it on your own bike. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about that? So what we do here at the firehouse in my office is that we have a nice Q&A session. So just real quick, so you guys understand, I am 11 and a half year firefighter, career firefighter EMT. I resigned in 2018. Damn, how long ago was it? No, 2019. No, it couldn't have been 2019. No way. It was 2018. May 2018? Yeah, because 2007 I got hired. Damn, I'm starting to lose my memory today. Career firefighter EMT for 11 and a half years, decided to do this full time, became an MSF rider coach and accident scene management instructor, utilizing the knowledge that I received from firefighting and all the safety stuff. That's one of the things that I always focused on in firefighting was the safety and how to keep firefighters alive. So I was really diving deep into firefighter survival and fitness for the last half of my career. The first half was learning everything, and then the last half I wanted to go towards firefighter survival, being an instructor, getting my instructor 1 and 2. I wanted to run the academy, so I became a peer fitness trainer for the department, and I was looking into firefighter survival and all the different techniques, and I was going to be building those contraptions to where you have all the ropes, so it's like wires and a drop chute. I was going to have all that stuff, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this full time and just kind of take a lot of the knowledge that I got from firefighting and apply it to motorcycles. And then also having a great time over here in the firehouse, my own little motorcycle training center. Oh man, Sebastian, how you doing? How you doing? Jim Sweet, do I have any connections in the Bay Area? I'm hoping that was an inside thing, but no, I don't have any connections in the Bay Area. Dr. D doesn't want to talk to me for some reason. He doesn't want me to be the Doc Cotty motorcycle coach. Just kidding. He doesn't answer my emails. Anyways, I would take MSF2 after getting my license, getting some reps on the bike and waiting to take. Yeah, dude, do that. Yeah, get some reps on the bike. Yeah, you might get so many reps on the bike that you feel so confident you can just jump straight to the advance. Bay Area. Stator issue. Oh, how fit do you need to be to ride safely? So, Balmung, so fitness. How fit do you need to be to ride safely? The main thing here is just really think about it, because environmental is really what's going to get you when it comes to fitness on a motorcycle. Because you're sitting down, you don't really have to do much other than this when you're at interstate speeds. But when you think about it, if it's really hot out, you're going to dehydrate yourself. If it's really cold out, you're burning a lot of calories to keep yourself warm. So what you really need to watch out for is being dehydrated and then not having the right clothing. Now, being in shape in terms of having the flexibility so you don't cramp up in your hips and your legs and possibly your back and your shoulders, that's very important. So the fitness part, it's more of an endurance thing. We kind of talked about this on the yesterday's Q&A. The main thing you really got to watch out for when it comes to the fitness is that dehydration. Okay, just really watch out for dehydration, and then stretching. So yoga would probably be one of the best best types of exercising you can do for being a motorcyclist. I'm serious. Yoga, guys, yoga. What's the best way to show the person behind you that you're slowing down rapidly? Flashing brakes or hand signals? Checkmate. That's a great question. I actually talked to Nikki about this a couple days ago. I forgot what we were talking about, but I did mention to her that what I like to do and what I tell people, and I think a lot of people, she was talking about how she really wanted to have some modulating brake lights. And I told her, since we don't have them yet, what you can do to modulate your brake lights, because lights moving grab human eyes really well. So modulating headlights and modulating brake lights are very safe. Like they grab people's attention, which allows people to see you. So exactly, Scarlett, I was waiting for you to say something, and I was waiting for somebody to say something. Repeatedly tap your right foot on that rear brake, since when you are slowing down, you're having that front end dive a little bit because of that weight starting to transfer, so that your front brake becomes more effective. So what you don't want to do is slam that rear brake, because you'll lose traction. What you can do is just kind of a little tippity tap tap on that rear brake, and it's going to actuate that light. Now, you don't want to press it hard. You just kind of seriously just tap it to actuate the light. And one way you can figure that out is you're in your garage or you're in your car park or wherever, and you just kind of look back. You're standing on it, maybe even on the side stand, and you just kind of tap it, and you see how much pressure it takes to actuate that rear brake light. So you're just kind of tapping, and you're like, okay, I'll do that when I'm coming to a stop, just briefly, especially if there's somebody right behind me, to let them know, because engine braking does not actuate that brake light. And then having just a solid brake light when you're applying the brakes, it might not be enough to grab their attention. Great question. This is what I love about you guys. When you checkmate, that was a great question. You guys have great questions. We're here at the firehouse. We're just, here's the thing, guys. After action reviews, the Q&A type stuff, I just want to show you the whole office. Everything I do here, it does come from a position of, hey, I went and got the knowledge, and now I'm figuring out how to deliver that knowledge to you. So I do need to keep getting more and more knowledge. But it also comes to the point where I came from a position of understanding that greater things can be achieved with a community, with a team. And it's just something that was drilled into my head as a firefighter. There's no freelancing. There's nothing you do on your own. There's always a buddy system. You're always with somebody else. And the only time you are alone is when you are directed from an authority figure, like a captain or a chief. And those things are definitely not going to be putting you in harm's way. So tagging a hydrant, making a hydrant, all that stuff, you can be on your own to do that. You're not in harm's way to do it outside of traffic. Shutting utilities off, you're typically with the crew or by yourself, but it's within line of sight of a captain or within radio contact. And then you learn how to, Scarlett, do you know what Lunar is? Anybody here knows what Lunar is? I'll leave it in the chat. But there's these acronyms to basically tell somebody that you're in a bad spot, maydays and everything like that. So when it comes to motorcycle safety, I feel like now we're just kind of going on a chitty chat chat. When it comes to motorcycle training and safety, it really comes down to, hey, I'm the instructor. I have 12 students. You listen to me. I don't like that. We kind of had that in fire academies and stuff, but it was definitely needed in some areas. But it does come down to where even the students had good insight and good input on a lot of things that could be better. And then definitely when it came to instructors, there was a team of instructors constantly modulating things to make it easier and better for the students. So when I see that and I hear that, it's like, how come motorcycling hasn't done that yet? Is it a financial issue, liability issue? Is it, here's the curriculum, just teach that? I'm trying to figure out all these different things, and that's what I've been doing all of 2020, really. After becoming an MSF rider coach, I kind of got an insight of what's going on with the MSF, and I love it. I love what they're doing. I absolutely do. They're really pushing towards situational awareness. They're pushing towards personal responsibility, risk management. But the model of we're 1 to 2 instructors for 6 to 12 students. And then it's just teach our curriculum. So then at that point, it really comes down to, is the coach any good? And does the coach set aside ego and tell themselves, if a student tells me or lets me know something that actually could benefit things, do I incorporate that in my own coaching? And one thing I really liked about Steve at Ride Arizona MTC is that he did do that. He did that. I would teach with him, coach with him. This is story time with Dan right now. I would coach with him, and I loved coaching with him. Absolutely loved coaching with him, because I remember coaching with him one time, and a student brought something up to him And he literally said, "Oh, I like that. I really like that. That's a great idea." And then the next class I taught with him, he incorporated it. I thought that was amazing. And it was more of a relatability thing. It wasn't, "Hey, we're changing the curriculum." It was the curriculum was the same, but the student had a relatable topic, and it helped him think of it, so he was able to now deliver that to a different student the next day. I thought it was really cool. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh man. The main thing here is I want you guys to understand that this is a community-driven educational system that I want to start developing. And I know that if I can learn everything I'm learning now about safety, and you guys are listening to me about it, and we're constantly going through these different ideas, concepts, motorcycle training concepts, they're conceptual ideas. If I can do it, I know that there's people from other life experiences that can bring something to the table. You don't have to be public safety. I've learned so much from the most, I don't know what to say, like who or how, but I've learned something from every walk of life. Like my patience in different economic situations, different racial things, different, obviously genders, but different anything. It could be anything. I've learned something. And then I got into motorcycling, and I learned something from each and every instructor I've worked with. I've learned from, like, I was a student to an instructor. I was the student. I've learned immensely. And then just chatting with you guys with the Discord server, with the comments, just what I do here is I'm learning. I'm learning from you guys. And so I incorporated that with the Smart Rider principles. And that's what it is. It's not a training system. The Smart Rider stuff is not a training system. It's a set of principles that you will seek out and recognize hazardous situations. That applies to anything you guys do. I want you guys to seek out hazardous situations, because those are the things that will get you hurt and killed. And that can be applied to everything. Maintain fundamental, for motorcycle riding, fundamental motorcycle skills. Okay. That could be anything. Maintain your fundamentals. That's really what it is. I want you to maintain your tight turns, your friction zones, your shifting. I want you to do these things with a purpose. You're constantly screwing up shifting. You're like, whatever, it'll ease itself out. It's like, no, it's like if you constantly keep screwing up your shifting, then figure out a way to make it smoother. Okay, so having a path, a learning path. Acquire and utilize personal protective equipment. Hey, that could be anything, guys. It could be anything. Sitting here at the desk right here, I decided to get it as a standing desk. I went and invested into a standing desk because I treat this as personal protective equipment. I don't want to have a deep vein thrombosis. I don't want to have clots in my legs because I'm sitting here having to edit and research everything. I want to be able to stand up, sit down if I had to. Little stuff like that. Wear your seatbelt. I invest into a vehicle that maybe a little bit more because it comes with great airbags, side restraint airbags, has a better safety rating, because I also have to worry about my family. Rescuing others. Oh, man. It's like that's what I live for. Like, I wish nothing bad ever happened. I wish nothing bad would ever happen. But man, if something does, I want to be that person that knows what the hell to do. Imagine like me I'm a father, right? So imagine I'm out watching my kids just play football. One of them gets pushed, puts their hands out, bam, snaps their radius ulna, a big old deformity in their arm. Do I want to be the person that's freaking out, or do I want to be the person that knows what to do in that situation? It has nothing to do with motorcycle riding. So that right there, the traumatic injury, you can learn that with, so Maruzian. Hopefully I said that right. I always say that. I hope I said that right. I snapped my radius ulna in your crash right at the wrist. So I just mentioned a football injury can happen in a motorcycle accident. So the medical training you get with bystander assistance training at accidentscene.org could be, as a father, useful. You know, a laceration, cut their right here, bleeding everywhere. How do I stop that? Teaching and mentoring, that really came into effect. I learned in the fire my latest academy that I took in 2017. I was the 10-year veteran. I was a 10-year veteran firefighter going through a fire academy, a 14-week fire academy with people that have never been in the fire service. I think there was like 20 something of us, and maybe 8 others had prior fire experience, but it was all under 5 years, and I had 10. I was the oldest dude. Not oldest by age, but the most experienced in the service dude. I even had more fire experience than some of the instructors. Doesn't mean I was better though. Those guys were they were real good. Really good, very smart people. And there was a few times where like I got 2 commendations, one for safety and then one for assisting the other recruits and teaching them. I got one for safety because one of the new recruits had an 1 3/4 line, kind of a little bit too much pressure, I guess, for them. Almost dumped it. We're practicing a dumpster fire. I was on the line feeding it, and part of the drill was to feed it around all these obstacles. So I was in the back feeding it with full gear. He was up front pulling it, and we were doing that. And then I had a trash hook, and I was walking up the line because we're about to attack the fire. And I saw that he opened it too quick, but it was at this weird. It's hard to explain firefighting principles with you guys, but when you have a powerful hose like that, you want a long line behind you so the friction of the line will kind of hold it in place. But he was kind of at an angle, so it was just like there was nothing really on the ground to hold him in place. So once you open it, he starts to do that. I got the commendation for throwing my trap, well, not throwing, but dropping it down and running to him with full gear to back him up, hold the line. And that only comes from experience. And I remember getting the commendation for actually being safe on that one. But what I was getting at with this is, like I said, this is like story time with Dan. What I'm trying to get at with this is that teaching and mentoring, I learned more about firefighting trying to help out these newer recruits than I did like the previous 5 years. And so I wanted to incorporate that into the Smart Rider principles to where I know if you're able, and you only can mentor if you have experience. So if you're able to mentor a newer rider and teach them just a few things, not you don't have to teach them everything, just enough to kind of get them going. And then at least, if you don't know everything, point them towards resources. But if you can teach and mentor somebody, that means you had to gain that knowledge. That means you are now reinforcing that knowledge into another rider, and you're helping that person. And whether you get a commendation for that or not, you should feel good about that. You put somebody on the path of safety. So the Smart Rider principles are something that I live by. The SMART principle. I just say I put it in an acronym SMART because I think it's a smart way of riding. But those principles I've lived and I constantly live, and I just wanted to incorporate it in some kind of fun package for you guys. And now it's just something I do. And I think it's very, very important that in order to be safe on the road, that you start moving towards that. I have no idea where that started, but I just wanted to have a good chit chat. This is Christmas Eve with you guys. We got another set of class next week. I'm not done yet, guys. Next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, same time, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Let me know if you guys like the class. Now that we're towards the end of the week, we're gonna have a nice break, and I'm not gonna basically be on any social media for the most part. Fireside chats, I love them, man. I love it. I might actually start a little podcast, just, mini series podcast, limited series where I just share all my stories. You know what I mean? And for what I was getting at. Oh, let me know how you guys like the class. Let me know how you guys like the class. So, what is it that you feel you're missing? Like, because I know you guys have questions, and I know there's only so much when it comes to let's look at crashes and close calls and figure out what happened and what we could do better. But is there do you ever leave this class, and you feel like, well, I feel like I learned some stuff, but what do I do now? What do I do next? And if I'm not giving that to you, then I'm not doing my job. So I want to know, it's like, do you feel like there's this gap somewhere? Because that gives me a direction to move towards. And it could be as simple as you writing 20 words, and I'll spend 20 days thinking of a clever, a fun, a new thing to work on that I can deliver. And then if I can't deliver it because it's obviously online, like you're like, hey, I wish I could have you show up and show me how to do this. Well, I can't do that. So, I mean, I'll try to figure out a way to where you felt like your answer or your question was answered, but maybe in a different way. You know what I mean? Jim Sweet, ex-Navy, so I've been on the end of a fire. Good. That was... Dewey did it. Good luck, man. You're killing it. And when I say good luck, I say based off of what you said on your Instagram that you're so close to 500 subscribers, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. You're doing good, man. You're doing real good. Doing real good. Keep it up. It's a long process. You've been here since the beginning. You know the process, man. You just keep plugging, keep evolving. Keep evolving. That's the biggest thing. But I love seeing your journey. Because I remember you saying that you had to kind of step away to work on your own journey, and I've been following you on Instagram, and I love it. Crashing sucks. I crashed my dirt bike at 40. Ankle scar for life. Well, as long as you're still alive, that's great, huh? Basu, exactly. I also escaped a car accident. My friends and I were driving 120 kilometers an hour and nearly ended up under a oh, no. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Glad you're doing well. I've been inspired to go out and get more training and practice. Gym, awesome. And hey guys, I went and looked for the book that I was talking about. Anyways, I take notes. Take a lot of notes. But this is the Motorcycle Roadcraft. Yeah, it's a green book. But they talk straight up line of sight. They talk about line of sight. I'm just going to get to another page randomly. Oh, chapter. Oh, you can't see it. Can't see it. It says positioning. So chapter 9's positioning. This is an amazing book, guys. It's just it's like they're not making a lot. And look, they talk about, oh man, it's a great book. It's a great book. If you can get it, please. The clips in which the rider does something right, so there's no incident at very useful, but of course no one didn't crash. Yeah, Grim, that's a tough one. So like when I first started doing the after action reviews, I mean, guys, I looked back and I've been doing it since like April 2019. So a year and a half now. I've been doing these live streams consistently, at least once a week. And now we're getting to the point where we can do 3 a week. Because with your help, with you guys and your donations and all the memberships, I was able to hire an editor to the point where they kind of just chop things up, and it allows me to sit here and produce more videos, more training for you. It's not like I'm doing it so I can have more time off. It's literally I'm doing it so that I can put out more. So I've been able to do that. And my whole family's been taken care of because of you guys. So I really do appreciate it. I really do. I got a nice green book. Blake, see you later, man. How you? Oh, 1 year mark. Hey, you're doing really well. That first 1,000 takes forever. And you're really if you need any help, man, if you need any help, let me know. There there's just like this you have to constantly find a way to bring value to your subscribers and viewers. And YouTube now with their YouTube Studio makes it a lot easier to kind of read the analytics. Back when I first started, they didn't you didn't you just guessed. So I think in the past year and a half since they really brought out the studio and a lot more features to let you know, my channel's grown because I work really hard based off of analytics and then what you guys have to say. T James, I'm just talking so I can see more of your guys' comments. So T James 22123 emphasize riders familiarize themselves with the basic mechanical upkeep of good running bike, brakes, good tire. Oh, okay. And so yeah, so the T clocks, the maintenance to be safe, and that's one of those things that I knew of, but I didn't know the seriousness of it until I talked to a mechanic for the local Indian dealership. Very smart guy, Scott. Very smart. And as where I come from in terms of I want to keep a rider safe through training, he was telling me he's coming from a position of I want to keep riders safe through keeping their bike in good working condition. I was like, wow. Like it opened my eyes because I always thought, mechanics are they just like to work on bikes. They think the bike is fun, or whatever they're working on is fun. I never really thought about that there's a lot of people that do stuff like that because they know it will keep the rider safe or keep the driver safe. So Dewey, like what you do, it would keep the tenant or the occupant of the facility safe because now you're maintaining the electrical and the gas water heater. You're making sure that it's in a safe working condition. I never really thought about that. Sean, I did. I have him on the After the Ride channel. Let me see if I can go find it. It was a great podcast. It was I think one of the first. I want to get him back on though. I really do. It was amazing. Let's see if I can find it for you. Yeah, Scott the Tech.
What is?
Let's go ahead and do this. This was back when you did the Patreon, you got it to see it early.
Make sure say thank you right.
So you got the Indian Challenger. So this is an older video. He's been working on motorcycles since '86. And then he's Slingshot Silver certified Indian Victory Slingshot. This was a great video. I do have a lot of clips of it. I learned quite a bit.
People have to have taken and passed the quiz. You have to adapt super quick.
All right. I wonder if I have. Let's go back to the office real quick. I wonder if I can. I'll send this to you guys. It's a great episode. I was still learning how to do podcasts, but there's clips on that channel too. I'm thinking about bringing it back. For things like that. And that was the point of that channel, was to get other people's insights and for you guys to learn from those insights. And for me too. Richard Malone, mostly mental from your motorcycle crash. Still recovering. Hey man, you keep plugging away. And if it feels like you don't feel like you have any progress anymore, Richard, therapy would help. And here's the thing when it comes to therapy, guys, you don't go to therapy. You don't have to go to therapy the rest of your life. It's like once you start, you have to go forever. No, it's once you start, you go until you feel like you don't need it anymore. That's really what it is. And then you have the tools to keep working. So when it comes to that, it's like you might just need to go for a couple sessions to get those tools to really get over that plateau of recovery. Sebastian, I'm a car driver for about 9 years, and I'm eager to pick up my first bike before too long. Question is, would it be beneficial to use your tips when car? Yes. When car driving to apply later on the bike, yes. You can still do side of the vehicle. You can still do orange and yellow stage. You can still do red stage maneuvers. Parking lot practice might be a little more difficult, but you can still learn quite a bit now. With the car, there's the fundamental skill portion of it you're gonna have to go to a car channel that talks about the fundamental skills of that. But the situational awareness you could definitely do. You can definitely do. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Who here does the seeks out and recognizes hazardous situations in the car? Write in the comments, write in the chat. But yeah, you can definitely do it. CC, your videos are a big reason why I passed the MSS course. Hey, man, I'm so glad that you even took it. You probably learned quite a bit. That's the crazy thing is you could literally you learn so much from a class. Like you don't realize you can learn that much. I went to my first class only because Nikki wanted to start riding. I've been riding for a while. I had a YouTube channel. I was talking about motorcycle safety. I was doing all that. And I went to take it with her to support her. And when I took the class, I knew like 80% of it. I already knew 80%. She didn't know any of it, but I knew like 80%. Well, guess what? 20% I didn't know. And that's 20% I learned. So I was like, wow. So I went and took an intermediate or the BRC2. Then I took the advanced. And I was like, oh, in the BRC2 I know 80%. In the advanced I knew about 60%, but there's 40% I didn't know. And then I went and took a total control ARC1 and I knew 20%. So 80% was all new stuff to me. I took the ARC2, same thing. 80% was all new to me. And it's like, what else is out there to where I can learn 20%, 30%, 50%? What can I do? What else is out there where I can be completely brand new and learn 100%? But then take their learning and teaching principles and their adult learning principles and apply it to what I do. So I love being a beginner. I love being a new something, a new cook, a new dance class, a new whatever. Terry, how you doing? Discovered you when I was looking up how to ride. I'm going to get my first bike next week. I have some candy real quick. Excited to learn. Hey, it's Christmas. I can have some candy. Cheer or fear. Excited to learn, but learning to ride seems overwhelming and scary, but worth it. You're right. Sorry. Now I know why streamers don't eat. Overwhelming and scary. It is. It is. And even now, if you take a break for a while, you kind of have to get back into it, and it's a little freaky. Have a healthy level of fear, and that'll keep you safe. When you get to a point where you're like, I'm not scared of doing any of this, you start to run into problems. Develop your confidence through training. You'll do great, Terry. You'll do great. We need workout plans in the gymnasium again. Yes, we do. The admin staff and I are coming up with ideas for forums. Guys, this is all just, we put pins in these things because of the new year and everything. But I'm working on developing more for the crew and for motorcycle training concepts and all these different things. And I believe a forums would work well for like your own personal journal. So you'll have your own forum thread where you're showing your own parking lot practice, or we'll have a massive thread where everyone just kind of shares their practice. Because we do have that training center area on the Discord, and then it has the gymnasium. And I think it would be really fun to have that again, because I was a pure fitness trainer, but then I start to spread myself too thin. So I'm looking to get volunteers. I'm looking to get, in the future, a real place, a real firehouse, and possibly get some trainers, possibly get maybe a therapist on board, to help out with a lot of these things. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely want to get that going. I can't share too much because it's all in the idea phase. The logistics of it all and the actionable steps have started. It's just not there yet. I just finished writing the T portion, or at least the bullet points, and I have my writer working with me on the T portion of Smart Rider. We already worked through S.M.A.R.T. We got our book going, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, goofus. Yeah, as someone who works on vehicles, if you take your job lightly, someone could end up dead because of you. And that's the thing is like that's how I treat this. That's how I treat firefighting. It's like if I screw up, somebody could die. So there is failure in some portions. You're allowed to have some, but I mean, if you're in a position where if you fail on that, ooh, man. Whoa, speed limit. Just a reminder, everyone, at the end of class, Scarlett is going to be giving salsa dance lessons needed from Discord. Come join and support Scarlett. Dude, thank you so much for the $50 donation. Holy crap. Wow. I'm going to go for a walk after this. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the crew VC chat. And I'll probably hit mute on me, but I'll hang out for a little bit. I'll unmute me every once in a while. I'll do push to talk and everything. I'll come say hi to you guys. I got my headphones in there. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Here's the thing, moderators. Hey, I see you already jumping in there. Hey, moderators. You guys are doing an amazing job. Amazing job. All of you. Admin staff, moderators, everybody. All the operations chiefs, assistant chiefs. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Honestly, like the Discord would not be what it is if it wasn't for you. Merry Christmas to all of you. Burka, Florida. No, I'm not gonna have a stream tomorrow. Next week, Tuesday, is the first one of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I've had my endorsement now for a year as of last month. Graduated the MSF course and everything Firefly. Woo wee. So glad. So glad. You got 1 year down, baby. Woo. Bar shut down. Oh man. All right, guys. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get in the crew. I'm gonna get on my phone once I leave the firehouse. I'm gonna get on my phone. And I'm gonna go for that nice walk with the doggo. We got family coming over today. We're being safe. Don't worry. We're being safe. And I'm gonna hang out with the family. Okay, guys. Thank you for the 3 new members. I want to go ahead and name you guys again. Roy Walls right before the this morning. Roy Walls this morning became a crew member. Edward became a rookie. KB, became a rookie. Richard Malone became a rookie. And Speed Limit Challenger with a $50 super chat. Just reminder everyone at the end of class, Scarlett is going to be giving salsa lessons in the Discord server. Come join and support them. I'll be seeing you guys next week after Christmas. I want to see what you guys got for Christmas. If you got any motorcycle gear or anything motorcycle related or whatever, it doesn't even really matter. And you post it on your Instagram, do hashtag DanDanTheFireman or hashtag DDFMCrew or even at me. And I'll come check it out. Thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'll be seeing you guys pretty dang soon. Let's see if I could beat you guys. Oh, I don't have a favorite. No. There we go. I win. Let me get in the Discord. Sorry, I'm disconnecting my Raycons. There we go. I'm getting in there right now. I just gotta connect everything again to my phone. You guys are awesome. Join the Discord. It's free, by the way. The Discord is free. I mean, it says it right there, but I got an update. 1 second. I'm trying to get in the disc on my phone right now. Crew VC. Here we go. Let me get my other headphone in.